Hello, friends, and welcome to Beyond Urban Legends.
Hi, I'm Lindsay.
And I'm Jess, and today we are looking at another urban legend. This one comes from Native American lore.
Oh.
Yeah. So, let me ask you, how do you feel about the cold? Cold and hunger.
Cold and hunger?
Cold and hunger.
Cold, I like to be cold better than being too hot because you can put on more layers, and I like when it's cold how the bugs
Are dead.
Yeah, they leave me alone. Hunger is not the best feeling, gotta say. Prefer to be fed.
Would you kill someone to get fed?
No, I would not.
Well, that's a shame.
Well, I'm not into cannibalism personally, just a preference.
Well, the internet seems to be. Just saying, but cooking companions. Great game. Algonquin-speaking natives of North America's northern woodlands, Atlantic coast, and Great Lakes region for centuries told of a horrifying creature. On the coldest of winter nights, via oral tradition, Native Americans told tale of the Windigo.
The Windigo?
Windigo.
Is the Windigo like the abominable snowman?
That's actually a common misconception.
Ooh.
That is a more or less European bastardization of the Windigo,
Oh.
as it tends to be.
Those Europeans.
Screwing up everything! Because the real Windigo is way scarier. Actually, it's one of my favorite monsters. If you make a monster flick starring the Windigo, I would be all in. It is said to be a massive, emaciated humanoid shape with ashen skin stretched tight over its bones, claws and sharp teeth that have chewed away its own lips to satiate its hunger. It shrieks as it sprints across treetops. The Windigo possesses superhuman strength and speed, with the sight and hearing and smell of a hunting beast. The approach of the Windigo is heralded by foul odors and sudden snowstorms.
Yeah.
You want to eat a snowstorm?
Yep.
It pretty much just be like an icy.
Him eating his own lips reminded me of the story that was read to us in elementary school about this guy that was waiting for his family to come home so they could have a barbecue, but they were taking forever, and he accidentally burnt his skin, and he was getting really hungry, and he thought his skin smelled good, so he ate it, and then he liked how it tasted, so he kept burning his skin and eating it until he was a skeleton. This was in 2nd grade. Florida schools are built different.
I have a biology question.
Yes.
How was he alive?
It was a book. It was a fictional book.
I'm deciding not to suspend my disbelief. Although that'd be really interesting. Obviously, science don't get any ideas, but how long could you survive eating yourself? How long could you Ouroboros yourself? The first written account of the Windigo comes from Jesuit missionary Paul Lejeune in the early 17th century, when the fur trade boomed in Quebec, creating an opportunity for a crossing of ideas between cultures. He likened a Windigo to a werewolf, leading to the misconception of a furrier, more Yeti-like Windigo.
Huh.
Yep. So, basically Europe said, oh, you're a shapeshifter? You're a werewolf. You're a werewolf now, sorry. Every shapeshifter is a werewolf. Windigo is so much scarier. Honestly, I don't find furry things scary. If a literal Himalayan Yeti was coming at me, I'd be like, you're too fuzzy to be scary.
Yeah, I think if a bear tried to attack me, I'd be like, no, I'm built different. This is my friend, he's gonna let me pet him.
Yeah, but if a hippopotamus attacked you,
Well, yes.
pure terror. The
That
amount of
is
fur
true.
you have determines how scary you are. The Windigo stalks the woods during the coldest months of the year, searching for a meal, preferably the delicacy of human flesh.
Do we really taste that good?
Only one way to find out.
No.
The Windigo's prey of choice is anyone who is separated from the community.
A Windigo could kill one member of a group, then assume that person's identity to go unnoticed until it had slaughtered and devoured the rest of the group.
It reminds me of the hyena, that they learn human voices and they can call out to you. And
hyenas are freaky.
They are so scary, and I love it. Hyenas are like a real-life monster.
Hyenas would have a fun time imitating me because I laugh so much.
They'd be like, we don't even have to try. Like,
be like,
a challenge.
You hear a laugh and you'd be like, Lindsay, nope, hyena.
It may, according to some legends, even infect the person, causing them to become a Windigo themselves. One may also become a Windigo by consuming human flesh or by dreaming of the Windigo, after which a person transforms into the monster.
Consume human. Bad thing
The
won't
Donner
happen.
Party, all Windigos.
They are 100% all Windigo. You could also become a Windigo by dreaming of the Windigo.
Oh no, don't do this to me. I don't think I'm gonna become a Windigo, but I don't know what the Windigo looks like, so I can't dream of it. Are you gonna put it in there? in the video?
Oh yeah, I have a gorgeous Windigo lined up, just the worst.
I refuse.
Spiritual imbalance in the form of inner turmoil or choosing oneself over the community may weaken a person, allowing for easier possession by the Windigo.
It seems like for all demons, if you're already having some, shitty, attitudes...
Yeah,
and
if you're a rude, mean, bad person...
The demons are more...
you are the
yeah.
demon.
You are more likely to catch the demon. You are more predisposed to demons.
Because you are the demon.
Demons are a pre-existing condition.
To dispatch a Windigo, legends once again vary. Some claim the Windigo can be killed by conventional weapons. Others say the Windigo's heart of ice must be rended from its body and melted over a fire. Still others say to call upon a shaman to complete a certain ceremony and spell to put an end to the Windigo.
That's fair.
There's actually one site, I'll put it below in the description, where I found a bunch of different Native American stories, and I looked at most of the ones about the Windigo, but there were a lot of different lore and tales there.
The legend of the Windigo served several purposes in Native American cultures where it originated. The Windigo frightened people into making and sharing food reserves during the harshest winter months to avoid the threat of others turning into Windigos and cannibalizing them.
We would like to avoid that threat.
Share, so that people don't eat you.
Yeah.
Eat
Sharing
the rich.
is caring.
It was also a lesson on the dangers of greed and excess. When one was selfish, keeping much to themselves, and separating themselves from the community, they ran the risk of those they eschewed returning to consume them. The Windigo represents warnings important to the Native Americans of the time. Common interpretations of this tale are that the Windigo is the incarnation of winter's dangers, the personification of hunger itself, or the representation of selfishness. All of these embodied a real danger in the harsh winters when starvation was a real possibility and cannibalism of desperation was not impossible.
Yeah. The only reason why I don't think this is a thing now is because Jeff Bezos would be one, Elon Musk would be one.
What do you know they're not?
That's true.
I
I don't know for
you
sure
don't-
they haven't eaten anyone.
Yeah, I mean, you're not sitting at their dinner table. You don't know what they'd serve you. Haven't you seen Hannibal? The Windigo has always been a representation of greed, and in modern interpretations of this tale, the greed is transferred into capitalism unbridled. A quick little fun fact, because I thought it was fun. In the 1920s and 30s, a diagnosis in psychiatric communities known as the Windigo psychosis was introduced. Windigo psychosis was defined as a mental disorder in which people felt the urge to eat others or just thought about eating others.
Sounds about right. That sound about right.
But in the 1970s, it was challenged and more or less disproven, as there had never been a single documented case of it. Finally, there is so much Windigo in pop culture that my first introduction to it, well, my first introduction was in Supernatural, but then closely followed by Until Dawn, the video game, which I love so much and still need to show you. But it is so prevalent that it has taken on comics and even My Little Pony.
Oh, those little ponies.
They get up to so much trouble.
Though the Windigo is a tale from long ago, its ability to terrify still lingers. The greed and selfishness exemplified by the Windigo are the specters that will continue to haunt humanity, transforming us into monsters. Whether claws and teeth or the darkest of choices make a monster is beyond our scope.